Hey Drifters, DoriJunkie here, back with another DoriJunkie's car review, and this time it's the Nomad GT. Based on the Mark V Supra in real life, it's Toyota's follow-on to the legendary Mark IV Supra. Let's just see how it stacks up in my car rating system. Just a refresher on how the system works. So customization will be out of 10, ease of tuning out of 10, and performance will be out of 20 for a grand total out of 40. So we'll get into it. Starting off with customization, body kits are worth 1, body styles are worth 2. We go through, this is how you get the Supra, this is just how it comes stock. No body kit at all. It's not a bad looking car, although it does benefit well from some of these body kits. Anyways, we get into it. So as I said, that's the stock body kit. Look at the missile one. Nice and ground hugging, nice and fat. Guards, really low front bumper. Cut out rear section there, looks quite aggressive. Some winglets there on the rear guards as well. It's not a bad looking kit. Not too bad at all. You go down to the next up's the CBW. Oh, actually, yeah, you got the radiator in the back there and stuff in the back there. It's actually very race inspired, that one. CBW. Again, very low, very wide at the front. Big high wing on this one. Big vented bonnet. Again, aggressive rear end on them. They really do look really aggressive from the rear of these cars, but they've got the body kits on them. Move on to the R&T. It's like a Pandem copy or Rocket Bunny, one of the really fat bolt-on guards. Really big wings with the Rocket Bunny style size. That's supposed to the Rocket Bunny one, the D-Max. I think that's the Pandem style. Looks quite good. Squared off guards there. Low rear spoiler. Big fat over fenders. Not a bad looking kit. Go through. Just the bash bar optional with the factory. Again, the bash bar, different style front bar there. The rear bar, no rear bar at all. Really, that really doesn't complement the car too well. Go to the running boards. Color coded, and they just step out a bit further. The roof vent. Side mirrors, a few side mirrors here to choose from. Those ones on the guards were a bit different. I don't know about those. Hood, only a couple of hoods in this one. Surprised me. Usually they have a few, but being a fair chunk of the car, probably that's what limited them there. Spoilers. Again, if you know me, I'm not a big fan of the big spoilers, big T-wing, that one. I'm more of a fan of the smaller wings. That one I don't mind too much, but still, that one there sort of suits the car. It's a bit different. Headlights, there's a few to choose from. Surprised me. I think that my bit just takes out the little centre bit. No headlights at all, not a fan of. Go to the rear lights. Not a bad looking rear light. An exhaust. RJ missile. They're all there. Not much difference there. And the rest, a bit of a look inside. Just got it stock at the moment. So that's pretty much it. Now, if you do fit the R&J kit, I've noticed with this, and then you go to the roof options, you can turn it into a convertible. which is pretty awesome. Not bad looking at all. Notice that it's just with the R&J kit, but not with any of the other body kits. You have to choose the R&J kit to be able to turn it into convertible. So what did I do with mine? R&J in convertible, and I went to town on the livery. Bit of a look. Spent a bit too much time on that, I think, but it's come out quite nice. I like it. It's not a bad looking car, especially with the convertible. Glad they put it in the game. So that's what I did with mine. Alright, so to sum up, it had 5 body kits. The R&J is a convertible option there, so I got 2. So a total of 6 out of 10, which is not bad. Next up, ease of tuning. This is how well it drives pro drift free without any modifications, and how many modifications it takes for me to actually get it to drift comfortably around the track. So we'll start out, this is how they give it to you. 682 horsepower, 762 newton meters of torque, 3.8 0 to 60, and 1360 kilos. That's untouched, pro drift free. Haven't touched any settings at all. So we'll give it a quick run. As you can notice there, the boost wasn't even turned up the maximum. So we'll get it going now. We'll see how she goes. Pro drift free. Straight out of the box, she's not a bad handling car. The gears are way long, high up, and the first, second and third, and probably fourth are a bit short. Fifth is a bit long, and fourth's a little short, so you're really stuck here. I do have slicks on. I'll see what happens if I just change some sport tyres. But a Tier 4 car, you really don't want to be running on sport tyres if you don't have to. Give it a go. The first gear's a bit faster, but fourth's a bit, yeah, and fifth's a bit more free revving now. This is a bit more user friendly, but I would prefer it on slicks. It's not a bad car. I haven't looped it around yet. It's actually not too bad a settings from the factory, but there are some glaring obvious faults. I'll get into them now. Just change it up. First thing I'm going to do is put the slicks back on. Go in, turn the engine horsepower up. The wheels. Oh, I probably would prefer to change them, but you don't have to. I'll just do the gears, diff all the way up, gear shift delay down. Just work out these ratios, have a rough guess. Make sure the tyres aren't hitting the guards, sticking out for a bit more poke on them ones. We'll give it a go. The gears are better now. Still could use a few more changes, but she's not a bad car. It is quite easy to tune. Like I said, another thing I'll probably do is drop the wheel size a bit. She's not too bad. It's not a bad car straight out of the box with a few modifications, but at this point it's not gonna break any records. But as I said, we've only made a few modifications. It doesn't go too bad for single player, and even if you've got some campaign left to do, it'll probably do those quite easily. But anyway, you can definitely use it with a bit more filling with the gears, but we'll leave it at that. So it's not bad out of the box, pro drift free. We could use some modifications to make it better, but so to wrap it up, ease of tuning. It's not a hard car to tune at all, so we'll give it an 8 out of 10. There is a few modifications to make to it to get it to perform how you want. in a drift competition or even single player. So 8 out of 10 for ease of tuning. So it brings us on to performance. Stock motor I'll be running, and I'll be running all the swaps with the best swap being added to the stock motor for a total out of 20. This is how we do it. Springstone 1, 19K's 10 points, 18K's 9 points, all the way down to 11K 2 points and 10K being 1 point. So the stock motor, 733 horsepower, 762 newton meters of torque, 3.20 to 60 with the Dori Ultimate tune in it, and 1360 kilos. Let's see how she goes. I've got to say I was a little disappointed with this. I did hit R1, but I expected to score at least 17,000 points with the stock motor. It really did disappoint me. We're moving on anyway to the 7 litre. Alright, that's 838 horsepower, 1000 newton meters of torque, 3.10 to 60, and this loses 100 kilos to the stock motor tune of being 1260 kilos. So we'll see how this one goes. Again, I was a little bit disappointed in the score there, but it's the best I could really do. Might hit 18,000, but we'll move on to the 3 litre anyway. We'll see how we go with this one. It's 811 horsepower, 915 newton meters of torque, 3.10 to 60. A little bit heavier than the 7 litre at 1300 kilos, but lighter than the stock motor by 60 kilos. So we'll see how this one goes. Now that's getting up there. That's getting better. Feels better. Back with the 3 litre, and it probably what it deserves anyway. But now we'll move on to the 6.2 litre. 865 horsepower, 864 newton meters of torque, 3.10 to 60, and 1260 kilos. So it's not the lightest one, but it's not the heaviest tune either. So we'll give this one a run. also was a decent run, so we'll wrap it all up now. We'll take it from here. We'll just go wrap up performance. The 7 litre was 17,878. 3 litre 18,222. But the 6.2 litre come through at the end there for 18,239. So put the stock motor there, got 16,000. It gets a 7 out of 10. The 6.2 gets a 9 out of 10 for a total of 16 out of 20, which is not too bad. Like I said, the stock motor I thought let it down a bit there. Could have been a bit more, but it is what it is. So we'll move on to the results. Customization. The 6 out of 10. Ease of tuning, 8 out of 10. Performance is 16 out of 20 for a grand total of 30 out of 40, which is not too bad. I thought I'd score a bit more than that, but like I said, the stock motor really did let it down there. And with the convertible option in the R&T body kit, it gave it an extra point there, so bumped it up a bit more in customization. But 30 out of 40 probably is where it should be. So I've done a few of these now, and I've sort of thought I'd make a leaderboard with the DP points. The blackjack's out in front there. The Nomad GT just slips into the bottom out of all the cars I've done so far. And overall, the Spectre RS is out on top, and the Nomad GP third. It's not too bad, with the Patron coming in second. Well, that's it, guys. That's another DoriJunkie car review. I hope you guys like it. And I'm DoriJunkie, and I'll catch you on the track.